long time I've been wanting to do this because that's, did I not switch it on? Yeah. Namaskar and good evening. It has been, you can say, my passion to do something for Tagore. And Rabindranath Tagore is so big that I didn't know where to start from and how to go about it. So I got a lot of things together, and then I thought that let's go ahead on his birthday. So there will be quite a few things I will be speaking about, narrating, sharing some anecdotes, etc. But I'll begin with the very first song and then give you a kind of an introduction and carry on the way I have planned it out. Phones, please keep on silent. Yeah. I'll begin with the first song, but after that, as I mentioned, I'll share a few interesting things about this great personality, world famous personality. This song does not have a Hindi version, so I will just read out the English translation. This song is a part of the dance drama Shama. The beautiful songs of that. This is one of the small songs where the merchant Vajra Sen is expressing his love for Shama, and they dance together. Shama is an intricate tale of passion and guilt, love and sacrifice, sin, forgiveness, and retribution. প্রেমের জোয়ারে ভাসাবে দোহারে বাঁধন খুলে দাও 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 প্রেমের জোয়ারে ভাসাবে দোহারে দাও 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 ভুলিব ভাবনা পিছনে যাব না পাল তুলে দাও 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 প্রেমের জোয়ারে ভাসাবে দোহারে বাঁধন খুলে দাও 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 প্রবল পবনে তরঙ্গ তুলিল হৃদয় দুলিল 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 পাগল হে নাবিক গোলাপ দিক বিদিক পাগল হে নাবিক গোলাপ দিক বিদিক পাল তুলে দাও 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 মেরু জোয়ারে ভাসাবে দোহারে বাঁধন খুলে দাও 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 ভুলিব ভাবনা পিছনে যাব না পাল তুলে দাও 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 প্রেমের জোয়ারে ভাসাবে দোহারে বাঁধন খুলে দাও 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 দাও। Thank you. Remembering Tagore, a nostalgic evening of music and poetry, Rabindranath Tagore said, sometimes the meaning of a poem is better understood in a translation, not because it is more beautiful than the original, but in a new setting the poem has to undergo a trial. It shines more brilliantly if it comes out triumphant. Tagore was a versatile genius who was much ahead of his time, but wrote in his mother tongue, Bangla. His creative works introduced a powerful dose of love and internationalism. He was a poet. Please now listen to this. We always hear of a poet, we hear of a novelist, we hear of a short story writer, we hear of a lyricist, and so on. But he was all of them. He was a poet, a novelist, a short story writer, an essayist, a playwright, an educationist, a spiritualist, a lyricist, a composer, and a singer, and even a painter, which surely was an unbelievable conjunction of talents. All the talents in one person. As he wrote in Bangla, his work is greatly appreciated in Bengal, in Tripura, where there's a large section of Bengali speaking people, and in neighboring Bangladesh. The love of Tagore is one of the chief cultural unifiers between both the Bengals, and the common language, of course. He is best loved for his songs. He wrote and they are sung in both the Bengals. Tagore's songs are an eclectic mix of styles, drawing influence from Bengal's rich folk music, Hindustani classical, and Carnatic music, and folk traditions from the West. Now, diverse influences have been assimilated and yet retain their distinctiveness. In his writings, we find that he had love for the entire mankind. Tagore remains a preeminent man of letters on both sides of the border and is the most influential writer among those writing in Bengali. Let's begin when he was a youngster. At the age of 12, that is in 1873, in February, he had his thread ceremony. Okay? And the same month, February 1873, he went to Shantiniketan for the very first time. The next month, that is March 1873, his father, Mahorshi Devendranath Tagore, took him to visit North India. They had an extensive tour of North India, particularly Amritsar, and several visits to the Golden Temple. He is said to have composed the very first Brahmo Sangeet, Gagane Thali, Robichandra Deepak Jolly. This song is an adaptation from a bhajan by Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism. The bhajan is Gagan Mein Thale Ravichandra Deepak Bali. Now, Rabindranath received regular lessons from his father in Sanskrit, in English, and the elements of astronomy, particularly during that tour of North India, along with his father. When he returned to Kolkata, he had to go back to his school, Bengal Academy. His English teacher was Gyan Chandra Bhattacharya. He felt bored in the school. He did not like to be in a classroom with these four walls and the teacher teaching. And what he said is he learned so much more when he traveled in North India along with his father, and his father telling him so many things. And he could learn nothing in the school. So he decided to leave the school and he didn't go back to it. Vishnu Chakraborty was Tagore's first music teacher. He also taught him Bengali nursery rhymes. Now, can you believe this? He even got admission in Presidency College. Those days it was Presidency College. It became a university only now in 2010. So he got admission and he went to Presidency College for 1 day. 4 walls, he was not going to be within those 4 walls. Tagore wrote all his songs in the 64 years, that is between the time he was 16 in 1877 till the year of his death, which was 1941. So in those 64 years, he wrote all his songs. He did not follow any strict method of learning classical music. He was a disciple of Jodunath Bhatto, the famous Pandit of Vishnupur Gharana. This is something interesting I would like to share. In churches in West Bengal, there are particularly 2 songs which are sung as hymns, after the service is over in Bengali. Like we have in Telugu here, in West Bengal, they have service in Bengali in some churches. And at the end of that, there are these 2 songs which are generally sung. Aguner Parushmani Shoa Prane E Jibon Puno Haru E Jibon Puno Haru E Jibon Puno Haru E Jibon Puno Haru Dahunu Dane Agunin Parushmani Shoam Prani. The other song, Anandaloke Mongula Doke Raju Shuto Shundaru. As I mentioned, that since Tagore was somebody who wrote so many different things, today we are going to take up only his music. And what I have planned is sharing some information and singing in between under different categories. There are a few songs with which some of you are more familiar. Now let's talk about the 3 books of songs. They are called Gitobitan. Gitobitan has 3 parts, book 1, 2, and 3, which were published in 1931. There are 3 volumes, and later in 1964, there was the Akhand Gitobitan, which was also published, but that was after his death, 1964. Now see how many songs this great man has written. And I said we are only talking about his songs. The 6 major genres are puja, worship, 617 songs. Prem, love, 395 songs. Prakriti, nature, 283 songs. Vichitra, diverse, 140 songs. Swadesh, patriotic, 48 songs. Besides this, there were about 740 songs in 8 different chapters of different categories, which together adds up to something like 2,250 odd. Few may be left out. And this is only his songs. And you know that he even composed the music, barring a few songs. He was an amazing personality. When I dared to take this up, I thought 10 times, should I or should I not? Should I or should I not? Then I said, let me do it. And I may not have covered anything practically. Now, Tagore, he produces his version of music, okay? It's very different. Rabindra Sangit is very different from others. So he was the composer, he was the lyricist, he even sang some of his songs. And I'm sure all of you know, he was an excellent painter. Though he painted at a very late stage, but he was an excellent painter. He also gifted us with dance drummers and introduced a new dance form. The dances done on his songs are a little different from the normal dances we see. And even the attire is different. It's very, Rabindrik. So we regard Tagore as the biggest poet that India has produced. India has produced? The world has produced. Okay, now let me go to the next one. Now, we know that almost all his songs are composed by him. The music always came first and he filled in the words. That's how it goes. But there are a few songs where he wrote the lyrics. He didn't quite know what tune to give, and he offered these to people who were extremely knowledgeable people. Now you all know the name of Pankaj Malik. So he offered Pankaj Malik, and whatever tune he gave to the particular song, Tagore was more than happy. And he said, oh, I would have perhaps done the same thing, but I couldn't do it. And you've done it exactly the way I wanted it to be done. The other personality is Shanti Dev Ghosh. He was a very, very knowledgeable person. So like that, there are a few people who have given tunes to his songs. Tagore was greatly satisfied. The music in Tagore songs are based on, as I mentioned earlier, Hindustani classical music, Carnatic classical music, Western music, and the folk music of Bengal, which is Baul Shomit. Coming to Jana Gana Mana. Jana Gana Mana was named the morning song of India. In 1911, Tagore didn't know that this will become the national anthem of India. He just wrote that. Now, all his songs have a distinctive characteristic. In the music of Bengal, popular in India and Bangladesh, it is characterized by its distinctive rendition in the Rabindrik style of singing. A high-pitched, shrill voice does not suit Rabindra Sangit. Even if a lady is a very good singer, the voice doesn't go with Rabindra Sangit. Though in a song there will be a lot of notes which go very high, but the voice, if it's shrill, kind of doesn't go. So this Jana Mono was first sung in 1911 at a Calcutta session of the Indian National Congress and adopted in 1950 as the national anthem of the Constituent Assembly of the Republic of India. Rabindranath Tagore also wrote these two little books, Shohoj Part 1 and Part 2, when little children just learn the language, the alphabets, the little words, the small sentences, and the lovely little illustrations. Shohoj Part, I've also read Shohoj Part. Of course, there was Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar's Varna Purichaya. That is a book that all little children have to learn from, and Tagore's Shohoj Part. Now, coming to G. Sankara Kuru. He was the first person who translated Gitanjali in Malayalam. Now, that is very, 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 very interesting. The entire Gitanjali, those 103 poems, have been translated in Malayalam. There was this Turkish premier who learned Sanskrit and Bengali to enjoy Tagore, and later he translated Gitanjali in Turkish. Bulan Echevit. See, if you're interested, you can do anything. A Sri Lankan by the name of Ananda Samarkand, he was studying in Shantiniketan at a time when Tagore was alive. So he knew Tagore, he knew his ways, and he kind of took in everything of that atmosphere. So when he came back to Sri Lanka, when he composed their national anthem, there are people who thought that Tagore had composed their national anthem, which is not correct. It was Ananda Samarkand. Okay, and now I will go on to the next song. Okay, this song is there in Bangla, and there's a beautiful Hindi translation. It is based on Tyagaraja's composition. Tagore's niece, Sarala Devi, was visiting Mysore, and that is when she heard a lot of Carnatic music. Beautiful tunes which she picked up, and when she returned to Kolkata, she used to often hum these songs. And Tagore liked some of the tunes. In fact, Sarala Devi even prepared the notation. Tagore used to compose the music, but he didn't play any instrument or write the notation. So this is the song. I will sing this one. Labonni Punna. He wrote it in 1893 at the age of 31. Lavane Puno Pranu Praneshu Eki Lavane Puno Pranu Praneshu Ananda Vashanti Rama Eki Lavane Puno Pranu Praneshu Vikoshito Priti Kushuma Vikoshito Priti Kushuma Ulokito Chito Kanone Ekalavanya Hare Ho Pranesha जीवन लता छुट रही तेरे चरणों पे जीवन लता अब तब चरोले हर्ष गीत उच्छ्वसित हे हर्ष गीत उच्छ्वसित हिरण मगन पवने की पूर्ण प्राण प्राणेश्वरे आनंद The next song, I will give you the English translation. There is no Hindi song for that. And I'll sing the song as it is in Bengali. The song is, you are the one that I desired, dear. In this wide world, you're the only one I have no other. If you do not have happiness, go looking for the same. My treasure is your existence. In my heart, I do not want more. I'm not going to sing full songs, maybe a few, but most of them I'll just sing half the song. Otherwise it will get very, very late. This song he wrote while he was in Darjeeling. He was just 27 years old, and it is from the dance drama Mayar Khera. আমার পরানো যায় তুমি তাই গো আমার পরানো যায় তোমার ছাড়া আর এই জগতে মোর কেহ নাই কিছু নাই গো আমার পরানো যায় তুমি সুখ যদি নাহি খাও যাও সুখের সন্ধানে যাও আমি মারি পেয়েছি হৃদয় মাঝে আরো কিছু নাহি নাই গো আমার পরানো যায় তুমি তাই গো আমার পরানো যায় Another love song. This song is there in Bengali, of course, and there's a beautiful Hindi translation. I will just tell you in a line or two. When I used to visit Kolkata, visit my mother, sometimes I would be singing in some different places, and there I happened to meet this lady, Mrs. Joloj Bhaduri. She translated the Bengali songs very beautifully in Hindi. I mean, the words, the meaning, and in meter, because unless they are in meter, you can't sing them. She had the advantage of being a Bengali who lived in Allahabad, so learned Hindi, and was a Sangeet Vishal. So all the three together helped her to do this translation, and she found I know Hindi. So she said that I would like to give you my book so that you can sing Hindi Rabindra Sangeet before non-Bengalis. Wow. So that helped me also to put up today's program. And I love to do that. I don't want these songs to be only understood by Tagore's. This song was written in 1927. He was 66 years old and he was traveling to Penang by train from Bangkok. Ideas come all of a sudden, maybe on the train, on the ship, or even in the washroom. So, সেই স্মৃতিটুকু ওগো খানে খানে কেন জানি মনে ভুলো না সেদিন দুজনে তুলেছি বনে ফুলো ডোরে বাঁধা ছিল সেদিন বাতাসে ছিল তুমি জানো আমারই মনের প্রলাপ জড়ানো সেদিন বাতাসে ছিল তুমি জানো আমারই মনের প্রলাপ জড়ানো আকাশে আকাশে আছিল ছড়ানো তোমার হাসির তুলনা सुहाना फूल बंदे झूले थे हम अपने झूलना वो दिन सुहाना फूल डोर बंदे झूले थे हम बन में झूलना छोटी मीठी वो यादें मन में जो जागे पल वो हम कभी भूले ना वो दिन सुहाना फूल डोर बंधे झूले थे हम बंदे झूलना उस दिन हवा में तुमने भी माना पागलपन मेरी मन का समाना उस दिन हवा में तुमने भी माना पागलपन मेरी मन का समाना नीले नीले नभ पे हर्ष छा जाना तेरी ही हंसी की तुलना भूलना दिन सुहाना फूल बंदी झूले से अम्बर में झूलना राह पे हम राही रात पूनमती चाँद चमका नभ में राह पे हम राही रात पूनमती चाँद चमका नभ में न जाने क्यों लगा मुझे महालगन सा हमारे तुम चाँद चमका नभ में. That's not, yeah? But listen to this one. You have to listen to this. I'm sure you recognize. Okay, now just listen to these two lines you recognize and you know where it came from. नैन दीवाने ठीक नहीं माने करे मन माने ना नैन दीवाने. So it came straight from Shedin Nujane. Shirin Dujani was written in 1927, and this was in 1950. Well, I was also not born, and it's from the film Afsar. Song sung by Suraya. She sang it beautifully, as you know, and the lyrics by Pandit Narendra Sharma. Music by Shochin Dev Burman. Well, Shochin Dev Burman may have had to listen to the producer of the film, but did the producer acknowledge it in the credit titles? That is the question. You know, in Bengali films, they use the Tagore song as it is. But here, you've written the lyrics, you've written the music. Have you acknowledged that it's from Tagore? That is the question. Okay, now a complete change. I go on to Baul Sangeet. Baul Sangeet, folk music. Baul Sangeet is a particular type of folk music associated with a rich cultural history of Bengal. Its lyrics carry influences of the Hindu Bhakti movements and Sufi music. The Bauls are wandering minstrels of Bengal, a religious sect that espouses a specific philosophy through their songs. Tagore's knowledge of Indian music was enriched during his stay in Shilaigaho. Shilaigaho is in today's Bangladesh, where he met the very famous Lalan Fakir. Lalan Fakir was loved by people in this side of the border and that side of the border. And he was a legendary Baul singer of Bengal, was a prominent Bengali philosopher, a Baul saint, a mystic, a songwriter, social reformer, and thinker. I'll sing a bit of the song, but I'll give you the English meaning. My beloved is ever in my heart, that is why I see him everywhere. He is in the pupils of my eyes, that is why I see him everywhere. I went far away to hear his own words, but oh, it was in vain. I couldn't hear him. When I came back, I heard them in my own songs. So it's part of the song. He was 49 years, this is 1910. আমার প্রাণের মানুষ আছে প্রাণে তাই হেরি তাই সকলখানে প্রাণের মানুষ আছে প্রাণে তাই হেরি তাই সকলখানে আছে সেই নয়ন তারায় আছে সেই নয়ন তারায় আলোক ধারায় তাই না হারায় তবু তাই দেখি তাই কোথায় সেটাই তাকাই আমি দেখি তো পানে প্রাণের মানুষ আছে প্রাণে তাই হেরি তাই সকলখানে আমি তার মুখের কথা শুনবো বলে গেলাম কোথা আমি তার মুখের কথা শুনবো বলে গেলাম কোথা শোনা হলো না আজ ফিরে এসে নিজের দেশে এইকে শুনি তাহার বাণী আপন গানে প্রাণের মানুষ আছে প্রাণে তাই হেরি তাই সকলখানে প্রাণের মানুষ আছে প্রাণে তাই হেরি তাই সকলখানে Thank you. After this, I'm going to take up Tagore's songs on seasons. We have 6 seasons in India. Grishma, Varsha, Sharad, Hemant, Sheet, Vasant. But before I take up the seasons, I have to give a few minutes to Tagore's visit to Hyderabad. Can't leave that out. Tagore came to Hyderabad in December 1933. There was this wonderful lady, Begum Sughra Humayun Mirza. She was a renowned Urdu novelist and a well-known social reformer. I won't go into the details of Begum Sughra Humayun Mirza, that's a lot. But she happened to meet Tagore, and she was actually planning to establish the Madrasa-e-Safdariya in 1934 for only girls of that area, Mehdipatnam, Nagar, and surrounding areas. So this was December 1930, as I mentioned, 33. So Subra Humayun Mirza took him to this school. I'll tell you, if you people know the road from Sarojini Hospital going to Mehdipatnam, don't take the right turn towards Retipoli, but the straight road going to Mehdipatnam. Halfway, there's a very big mosque and there's a lane going inside. And when you go into the lane, on the left there's a gate, and that is the Safdariya High School for girls. I'm telling you, they're getting free education right from 1934. That's 90 years now. 90 years and 10 more years and they'll complete 100. Very good school. Excellent school. Very smart children. And all the children are from the neighborhood and they're getting free education. They have taken part in many of our Apna Watan competitions and done very well. Now, Tagore was taken to that building. The school was not yet open. And even today, in the office room, where Mirza uncle used to sit earlier, that's Begum Subra Humayun Mirza's son, you can say son, Colonel Mirza, my father's contemporary, that's why I'm saying Uncle Mirza. He used to be in that office, and now after him, his son, Humayun Bhai, sitting there. On the wall, the actual photograph, the original photograph of Tagore, along with Begum Subra Humayun Mirza and Sarojini. That original photograph is there on the wall, which is the second place Tagore went to, Banjara Bhavan, Kohistan, Rock House, whatever you'd like to call the house of Nawab Mehdi Nawaz Jah. He was an Indian bureaucrat, he was the first municipal commissioner, he was later a governor of Gujarat. Well, he was the person who built the first house in Bajar Hills. He incorporated all the rocks. It was a very, very unusual building that he had made. And he took Tagore to that house. Tagore loved that house. He actually wanted to stay on. He couldn't have. He had Shantiniketan to take care of. But he wrote a beautiful Bengali poem, which I'm not going to read out. But I'm going to read the English one, which also was written by him. Khoistan. From the distance thou didst appear barricaded in rocky aloofness. Timidly I crossed the rugged path to find here all of a sudden an open invitation in the sky and friends embrace in the air. In an unknown land, the voice that seemed ever known revealed to me a shelter of loving intimacy. 23rd December 1933. So after that little story about Tagore and Hyderabad, I go back to the seasons. The first season begins in summer. It begins with our New Year, which is Poila Boishakh, which was on 14th April this time. So the first song is Esho Esho He Boishakh. He was 65 years at that time when he wrote this song, welcoming the month of Boishakh. Esho he Boishakh, Esho Esho, Esho he Boishakh, Esho Esho. Kushuni shash paino, mushre dao utai, bachre rabur jana, dur hoye ja ja ja. Esho esho, esho he boishakh, esho esho. If I sing, let me get hot. So I'll put an end to it here. It just cooled down yesterday. What I said was, "O Vaishak, come, the poet invokes you. Scatter and the dying leaves of yesterday, sweepings of the old year with the fiery breath of your austerities. May sorrows dissolve like the thin mist of the horizon, and old memories fade away with forgotten melodies." Next song is on Vaishak. All poets love to write about the rainy season, and so did Tagore. And there are plenty of beautiful songs on the rainy season, and I think all girls in Kolkata, irrespective of whether you're Bengali or not, in schools we've all done this, dances on these beautiful songs. This was written when he was 61 years old. আজ নবীন মেঘের সুর লেগেছে আমার মনে, আমার ভাবনা যতই উতল হলো অকারণে আমার মনে, নবীন মেঘের সুর লেগেছে আমার মনে, কেমন করে যায় ঢেকে বাহির করে ঘরের থেকে, ছায়াতে চোখ ফেলেছে কনে কনে আমার মনে, নবীন মেঘের সুর লেগেছে আমার মনে, হারা জলধারা কলরলে আমার কোন পথের বাণী যায় যে বলে সে পথ গেছে ফিরুতে এসে মানুষ লোকে গানের শেষে, চিরদিনের কুঞ্জবনে আমার মনে, মেঘের সুর লেগেছে আমার মনে। Thank you. The next one is also on the Vaishak season. It's a very beautiful song and very good dancing. He was 78 years old then, 1939, and still writing beautiful, beautiful songs, painting. Rag Malhat, beautiful song. মনোমর মেঘের সঙ্গী উড়ে চলে দিক দিগন্তের পারে, শ্রাবণ বর্ষণ সঙ্গীতে মনোমর মেঘের সঙ্গী উড়ে চলে দিক দিগন্তের পারে, শ্রাবণ বর্ষণ সঙ্গীতে মনোমর অংশ বলাকায় পাকায় যায় উড়ে, খচিত খচিত চকিত তড়িত আলোকে, ঝনঝন মন্দির বাজায় ঝঞ্ঝা রুদ্র আনন্দে, কালো 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 মন্দিরে নির্ঝরিণী ডাক দেয় প্রলয় আহ্বানে, উড়ে চলে দিক দিগন্তের পানে, নিঃসীম শূন্যে শ্রাবণ বর্ষণ সঙ্গীতে। Now I will sing the Hindi song. The Hindi song, not the official translation, but the Hindi song, but the same meaning. मन मेरा उड़ता जाए बादल के संग दूर गगन में, आज नशे में गाता गीत निगन के रे, the meaning is the same words, you see. But the sad part is, the music director is Hemant Kumar. Hemant Mukherjee, the well-known Rabindra Sangeet singer. He himself was a Rabindra Sangeet singer. There must have been some pressure to take this song and use it to the film in 1962. The film was Malina. I don't know if the acknowledgement is there in the credit titles. If there is an acknowledgement, it's fine. But if there is no acknowledgement, it is not fine. Next song, Sharat. Sharat is autumn, Durga Puja time. Bengalis in celebratory mood. He was 78 years old. Yes, again, 78 years old. And writing. And can you believe it? In 5 days, he wrote 12 plus 4, 16 songs. 16 songs at the age of 78. In 5 days. Okay. This is again, the rag is Baul. পাগলা হাওয়ার বাদল দিনে পাগল আমার মন জেগে ওঠে পাগলা হাওয়ার বাদল দিনে পাগল আমার মন জেগে ওঠে চিনা সোনার কোট বাইরে সেখানে পথ নাই রে সেখানে অকারণে যায় ছুটে পাগলা হাওয়ার বাদল দিনে পাগল আমার মন জেগে ওঠে. What I sang was on a strong windy day. My mind has woken up. My mind is rushing away towards the unknown path of no reason at all. अब आप ये सुनिए. And guess the film. बंधन खुला पंछी उड़ा आगे सुनो बच्ची फिर क्या हुआ बंधन खुला पंछी उड़ा आगे सुनो बच्ची फिर क्या हुआ फिर यूं हुआ छुट्टी जल से प्यासी हिरन अमली कान से बंधन खुला पंछी उड़ा आगे सुनो Film, Yug Purush, singer Anuradha Paudwal, and the music director, one and only Rajesh Roshan. Rajesh Roshan, I think half of his songs are all flicked from and there's no acknowledgement. And you see, Rajesh Roshan, they had a Bengali mother. Their father Roshan was a fabulous music director. You remember the songs of Mamta? Fabulous. So he was a wonderful music director, and his wife was a Bengali. They visited Kolkata very often. Rajesh Roshan was listening to all the Rabindra Sangeet that he got to hear. And when he came back to Bombay, he put them into all the films, and the films were produced by his brother. The brother was producing, this brother was composing, and Tagore was inspiring. Nice. Next one, I go into sheep, that is winter, harvest season, post to the dark age. 1924, age of 62. Another nice one for little girls to dance. Post to the dark diyeche aire tuli ay post to the dark diyeche aire tuli ay tala je tar bureche paka fashuli mori ay post to the dark diyeche aire tuli ay Now I have a proper Hindi translation. A proper Hindi translation done by Srimati Jalaj Bhaburi. सुनो पुकार पूस किए आओ चले आओ रे, सुनो पुकार पूस किए आओ चले आओ रे, डलिया उसकी भरी पूरी पके ये फसल रहा पूरी न समाए, सुनो पुकार पूस किए आओ चले आओ रे. Now we go on to the next season, the last season, spring, Vasant, favorite of all poets, including Tagore. Beautiful, beautiful songs. This one was written in 1928. Incidentally, I was visiting Dhaka, and you know, in Dhaka, they have picked up Hindi, because you know all the Hindi serials, Hindi films, and all that. Everybody loves Hindi now. In Kolkata, where they didn't understand one word, now everybody knows Hindi because of the films and the serials. So also in Dhaka. So they asked me to sing. Of course, I sang the Bengali ones. I told them that, you know, I also sing some Hindi ones. Oh, really? Can we hear that? We've never heard of Hindi Ravindra Shanti. So I sang them a few, and they really loved it. They had never heard Hindi Ravindra Shanti. Okay, now this is the song. Beautiful, beautiful song. एक कुछो अलगे एक कथा শুনি পাই দিয়ে মনে মনে প্রতি মহ আগুনি একটু কুছো লাগে একটু কথা শুনি কিছু পলাশের নিশা কিছু কাটার নিশা চাইতে সুরে সুরে নিরসে চাল ভূমি সীমাকার ভূমি একটু কুছো লাগে একটু কথা শুনি. Choti, this is a proper translation. Choti choti bateं zara zara si churan वही मेरे अंदर में रच रंग आगुन छोटी ये बातें जरा जरा सी कुछ पलाश नशा कुछ चंपक रंग है वही मेरे सुर में जा रंग रस हरे बिने अच्छे रंगे फागुन छोटी छोटी बातें जरा जरा सी Thank you. One more song on the spring season. It's a very beautiful song, and I'll just give you the meaning. The color leaps from forest to forest, flashing up as leaves and flowers from all nooks and corners. The sky is breathless with colors, the air delirious with songs. A small bit. This was written in 1950. ওরে ভাই আগুন লেগেছে বনে বনে ওরে ভাই আগুন লেগেছে বনে বনে ডালে ডালে ফুলে ফলে পাতায় পাতায় রে আড়ালে আড়ালে কোণে কোণে আগুন লেগেছে বনে বনে ওরে ভাই আগুন লেগেছে বনে বনে রঙে রঙে রঙিল আকাশ গানে গানে নিখিল উদাস চঞ্চল চঞ্চল নবপল্লব দল, চঞ্চল চঞ্চল নবপল্লব দল, মর্মরে মুরমরে মনে, আগুন লেগেছে বনে বনে, উড়ে ভাই আগুন লেগেছে বনে বনে, উড়ে ভাই আগুন লেগেছে বনে বনে। Now, come to your favorite song. Your favorite song. And you know which one it is.
You're given the lyrics?
ఎవరు కేక విని రాకపోయినా సరే ఒకడవే బతుకు, ఎవరు కేక విని రాకపోయినా సరే ఒకడవే బతుకు, అప్పుడు ఒక్కడవే 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 బతుకు, ఎవరు కేక విని రాకపోయినా సరే ఒకడవే బతుకు. Take your papers and sing along with me. Akla chalo, no ekla, no day. Akla chalo. He was 44 years, but before I sing, this is very important. It was the year 1905. There was a decision to divide Bengal into Hindu Bengal and Muslim Bengal. And, well, it lasted only 6 years. But that was the year when this song was written, Jodi to Dakshine Ki Na Ashe. And the other song that was written in the same year was Amar Shonar Bangla, which later became the national anthem of Bangladesh. Good we didn't take it because it suits them so much better. যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো রে, যদি पुकार पे कोई ना आए तो अकेले चलो रे, যদি पुकार पे कोई ना आए तो अकेले चलो रे, अकेले चलो अकेले चलो अकेले चलो अकेले चलो रे, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, যদি কেউ কথা না কয় ওরে তোরে ও হাগা, কেউ কথা না কয়, যদি সবাই থাকে মুখ ফিরায় সবাই করে ভয়, যদি সবাই থাকে মুখ ফিরায় সবাই করে ভয়, তবে পড়ার খুঁজে ও তুই মুখ ফুটে তোর মনের কথা একলা বলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, যদি সবাই ফিরে যায় ওরে ওরে ও বাবা সবাই ফিরে যায়, যদি কখনো পথে যাবার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায়, যদি কখনো পথে যাবার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায়, তবে পথের কাটাও তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা চলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনতে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো রে, যদি पुकार पे कोई ना आए तो अकेले चलो रे। We all going to learn the song. All those who got the paper, we learn the song.
Amitabh Bachchan.
No, I'm sorry, Amitabh Bachchan's pronunciation is faulty, despite Mrs. Jaya Bachchan being at home. His pronunciation is faulty.
But he is popularized this song.
Yeah, he has. No, it was popular. Gandhiji
No,
popular.
like our next generation.
No, Amitabh Bachchan.
Yeah, Amitabh Bachchan always plays it.
Yeah, of course he does, and it sounds beautiful on his sarod. Yeah, of course. Okay, now complete change. What happened now?
It's okay.
Okay, now we go to Scotland. Yeah. Now, Tagore was very young, in his early 20s, I think. when he went to England, Scotland, Ireland, and he was very impressed by Robert Burns' poem, Scottish poem, and he loved it. He loved the traditional folk music. The song is about the beauty of days gone by, a nostalgic tune that brings you back to your childhood and takes you through down memory lane. I'll just sing a bit of that original, and we'll go on to the Bengali. Mm, to change. Should all acquaintance be forgotten, never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgotten, and the days of old lang syne? Should all acquaintance be forgotten, never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot the days of old lang syne? Or old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll drink a cup of kindness yet for the sake of old lang syne. And surely you will buy your cup, and surely I'll buy mine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for the sake of old lang syne. So that was the song. Tagore quite loved it. He acknowledged that it was Robert Burns, but Robert Burns had written it in 1788. It's a very, very old one. Tagore was only 24 years when he was back in India, and this is the song he composed. It's a very, very melodious song. পুরানো সেই দিনের কথা ভুলবি কি রে, আয়ু সেই চোখের দেখা প্রাণের কথা কি বলা যায়? বিতে বিতায় দিন বিবাদে ভুলো গেছে, হায় তো দেখি দেখায় মন কি বাতে ভুলাই না যায়। আয় আর একটিবার আমাদের সখা প্রাণের মাঝে, আয় ওরা সুখের দুঃখের কথা কব প্রাণ জুড়াবে তাই। आओ बस एक बार आओ साथी प्राण में समाओ हम, सुख दुख की बातें करे आओ ये मन। ওরা ভোরের বেলা ফুল তুলেছি তুলেছি দোলায়, বাজিয়ে বাঁশি গান গেয়েছি তলায়। আমপুর ফোটো ফুল চুনেতে ঝুলেতে ঝুলা, बजा बंसी गीत गाए थे उतरे। মাঝে হলো ছাড়া ছাড়ি গেলে যে কোথায়, আমার দেখা হলে হলো সখা প্রাণের মাঝে আয়। आय अचानक हम पिछड़ गए गए कोई कहीं, फिर ये मिलन जो अब हो गया साथी प्राण में समाओ। পুরানো সেই দিনের কথা ভুলবি কি রে, আয় সেই চোখের দেখা প্রাণের কথা কি বলা যায়? The translation was by Professor Jared Parker. Exactly translation. Now, I come to a very, very interesting song. What is interesting about it is, so far there are few songs which didn't have Hindi translations. What I did is I was just reading out the English translation, which was not in meter, so they could not be sung. I just gave you the meaning of the song. This is the one and only song which has an English version which can be sung, because the translation is in meter And I tried my level best to find out if Tagore had done it. Most probably he hadn't, but I don't know who exactly did it. There are a lot of translations of this song. They are no good, but this one is very good. And there was a very well-known singer, Devabrata Biswas. He had recorded even the English version, the Bengali and the English version. বড় আশা করে এসেছি তো কাছে দেখে নাও. He was only 21 years in the year 1882. বড় আশা করে এসেছি তো কাছে দেখে নাও. হৃদয় জননী বড় আশা করে এসেছি তো কাছে দেখে নাও. নহিলে দেহ চাহে না তুমি তারে রাখি জানি আর আমি যে কিছু চাইলে ধরণ তলে বসে থাকিব আর আমি যে কিছু চাইলে জননী বলে শুধু ডাকিব তুমি না রাখিলে দেহ আর পাইব কোথা তুমি না রাখিলে দেহ আর পাইব কোথা কেঁদে কেঁদে কোথা বেড়াইব তমস কানুগরা রজনী রজনী গত আশা করে এসেছি গো কাছে রেখে নাও. With a high hope I have come up to you, put out to your arms. Oh mother, don't you send me back. With a high hope I have come up to you, put out to your arms. Nobody likes to care for destitute, need their refuge. I know. I have no other desire in me but to be named, seated at your feet. I have no other craving in me but to call you, oh mother dear. I'm the sheltered by you, where else shall I get no home? I'm the sheltered by you, where else shall I get a home? Where shall I go about weeping? There behold, there behold, there the reaping there is sweet. Dark is on the night, where the Asha Badi, I am Badi, let the low. Hero Dandali, Asha Badi, I am Badi, let the low. I hope you're not looking at the watch. Few more songs.
Two more.
Few. Yeah. There are 2,300 songs, and I had to select a handful. Let me do justice to that great man.
I appreciate your energy.
I hope this happens. Okay, the next one was 54 years when he wrote and composed this particular song. It has got that Western flavor, Western tune, and the moment I sing it, you will know where you heard it. তোমার হলো সুর আমার হলো সারা তোমার হলো সুর আমার হলো সারা তোমার আমায় নিলে এমনি বাহে ধারা ছুঁতে মেরে মন কো क्या तूने क्या इशारा बदला ये मौसम लगे प्यारा जग सारा তোমার হলো সুরে আমার হলো সারা 1916. This is 1981. Amitabh Bachchan on the screen.
Rajesh Roshan again.
Rajesh. Go to Kolkata. Take the Rabindra Sangeet. Pass it on as your own. Kishore Kumar sang it, and so he knew what he was saying. No, I'm telling you, in the Bengali films, they put the Tagore song as it is. Okay, now I come to something interesting. You know, Tagore had a pseudonym. There is a collection of Vaishnava lyrics. Now, this is Bhanu Singhe Patavali. There is a collection of Vaishnava lyrics composed in Brojoguli by Rabindranath Tagore. They are essentially a romantic collection of verses published in 1884, describes an emotional interplay of divinity and submission expressed through the love between Radha and Krishna. There are actually 22 songs in this particular category, and he wrote them in Maithili and Brojoguli at the age of 16, and he called himself Bhanu Singho, which is Sun Lion, and for a long time nobody knew who is this guy Bhanu Singho, and it was Tagore himself. But sadly, only 9 of them, they exist in the notations. You know the notations, the visual instructions, yes. That is what it is. So I will just sing a small 3 lines, and you will get an idea about what Bhanu Singhe Patavali is. 1878. He was born in 1841, so he was about 17 years. Sanghamitra घोर घन घटा शीत यामिनी Sanghamitra घोर घन घटा शीत यामिनी Sanghamitra घोर घन घटा कुंजपति सखी कैसे जाओ कुंजपति सखी कैसे जाओ अबला कामिनी कदरे भोर घन घटा शीत यामिनी कदरे भोर घन घटा. Here's part of the song. Okay, the next one. He was just 16. Now, the next one, he was just 19 when he wrote this one. It comes under Broken Heart. Broken Heart, 19 years. 1881, he wrote this song. Very beautiful song. It's a very long song, 2 pages of the song. But I'm going to sing just a few lines. সখী ভাবনা কাহারে বলে সখী যাতনা কাহারে বলে সখী ভাবনা কাহারে বলে সখী যাতনা কাহারে বলে তোমরা যে বলো দিবস রজনী ভালোবাসা ভালোবাসা সুখী ভালোবাসা কারে কয় সে কি কেবলই যাতনাময় সে কি কেবলই চোখের জল সে কি কেবলই দুঃখের শ্বাস লোকে কবে করে কি সুখের তরে এগুলো দুঃখের হাস সখী ভাবনা কাহারে বলে সখী যাতনা কাহারে বলে তোমরা যে বলো দিবস রজনী ভালোবাসা ভালোবাসা সখী ভালোবাসা কার হয় সে কি কেবলই যাতনাময় সে কি কেবলই চোখের জল সে কি কেবলই দুঃখের শ্বাস লোকে তবে করে কি সুখের তরে এমন দুঃখের বাস. There's a very nice Hindi translation. I'll sing the same few lines. It's done by yet another lady. जाने प्यार किसे कहते हैं जाने दर्द किसे कहते हैं तेरा तो जो दिल कहता रहता है प्यार वजह जीने की है जाने कहना दिल क्या है चाहे जाने कहना दिल क्या है चाहे क्या प्यार ही है तड़पन क्या प्यार ही अश्कों की प्यास जानू ना दीवाने दिल को क्यों ऐसे दर्द की आस जाने प्यार किसे कहते हैं. Now I have two more songs and this next one is a very very beautiful composition. This is in Mr. Malcolm's. It's a very beautiful song. He was 32 years when he wrote this song. आनंद বহিছে ভুবনে আনন্দ বহিছে ভুবনে রজনী কত অমৃত রস উথলি যায় আনন্দ গগনে আনন্দ বহিছে ভুবনে পান করে রবি শশী অঞ্জলি করিয়া সন্ধ্যা দীপ্ত রাহে আখায় জ্যোতি করে রবি শশী অঞ্জলি করিয়া সদা দীপ্ত রাহে আখায় জ্যোতি নিত্য পূর্ণ ধারা জীবনে কিরণে আনন্দ ধারা বহিছে ভুবনে. You know, when Rabindranath used to compose, like when he got the tunes, he didn't want to see a single soul around. He would get disturbed. Because as I told you, he didn't play any instrument or write the notation, so he didn't want to be disturbed. He was all alone. Once it was complete, the tune, the tune was first and the words came later. So the tune was ready. His nephews, they were a big family. Everybody was available in the family. Whatever was required, everybody was there in the family. So the nephews came running with their, maybe sarangi, esraj, violin, whatever it is. And they came and they would hear the tune and they start playing so that, it is not forgotten. He said, if you people don't pick up, then I forget. And the song is over, gone. So you better be around. The moment I call, you all come and quickly play and write and note down. Yeah, this is true. And this is true. Imagine these thousands of songs, that is how he composed. And they had to be all there to be ready. And then there were a whole lot of people who used to do the notations. Now, all cousins, brothers, nephews, and nieces, and everybody. And the moment it was ready, the lyrics would come. So, I come to the last song of the evening. Yeah. But before I sing, I have to share a few things. The song which I'm going to sing, E Muniha Ramai Nahishaji. Though written, please listen to this, written 2 months, exactly 2 months before he received the Nobel Prize. I'm sure you know he received the Nobel Prize in November 1930. He wrote this song in August 1930. Now he didn't know, oh, there's something very important I have told you. I'm going to tell you that first. How could I forget that? No, you have to know this. And then I'll go to the last one. I will go to the last one. Oh God, that was fantastic. How could I forget it? Okay, you know that he got the Nobel Prize. But what happened? In 1912, listen to this carefully. In 1912, he sailed from India to England. They sailed, isn't it? Sailed from India to England with a collection of English translations of the 103 poems of the Gitanjali. That became the anthology Gitanjali or Song Offerings. But what happened? He lost the manuscript in the London Tube. Can you imagine that happening in India? You would have had another different Rabindranath getting the Nobel Prize. So he lost the manuscript in the London Tube, and this is true. And it was found in the left luggage office and returned to the owner. How could I miss telling you that? I have to tell you that. Many things coming about Tagore. I forgot this. And he arrived in London in June 1912. He stayed there. It was published in March 1913, and it was in November 1913 that he got the Nobel Prize. So now let me just say those few things I wanted to tell you. The song, E Muniha Ramai Nahishaji, though written 2 months before receiving the Nobel Prize, rightly, I'm saying this, rightly fits into the context of his renunciation of the coveted knighthood. Tagore surrendered, his knighthood in 1919 as a protest against the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. The knighthood had been conferred on him in June 1915, and it was in April 1919 that he renounced the knighthood by writing a public letter to the Viceroy of India, Lord Chelmsford. So here's the last song, E Muniha Ramai Nahishaji. E Muniha Ramai Nahishaji, E Muniha Ramai Nahishaji, Edi Koti Giri Dahi, Ede Chini Gili Bati, E Maniha Chiche Nasukai, Ise Pehen Jo Chuke, Ise Toru Tuman Suke, E Muniha Ramai Nahishaji, কণ্ঠ জেরুর করে সুর তো নাহি ধরে ওই থেকে যে মন পড়ে রয় মন লাগে না কাজে এই মণিহা মুঝে সুখা कभी तो ऐसे ये हार तुझे पहना लूं जो कभी कन्या मानूं फूलों मालार डोरे উড়িয়া লাও ধরে তোমার কাছে দেখাই নেমো মণিমালার ধারে এই মণিহারে নাহি সাজে এরি করতে গেলে রাহি এরি করতে গেলে কাছে এই মণিহারা নাহি I would first like to thank all those. No, first I would like to thank all of you who are here. Everybody who is present here. I know many people here. I don't know many people here. But I think now I know everybody.
Thank you. Year after year.
And thank you so much. First, I thank Gurudev for giving me this opportunity. A very small person, I got an opportunity to. What is that? No, I don't have the. I won't sing it. No, I won't sing that. Maybe I'll sing it somewhere. I know. Not today. No, not. Sorry about that. Acha. So, firstly, Gurudev Tagore, I have to thank. If he didn't do what he did, me, a small person, couldn't have really done anything of what I tried to do. I'm saying I tried to do. And I have to thank those who are present, those who said that they would have liked to come but they were busy and they have wished me well, so I thank them. I thank Dr. Mohan Guruswami because we are very familiar with Guruswami Center. Our film club holds the screenings here and we are very comfortable here, and Dr. Mohan Guruswami has given me this space to have this music. So I'm very grateful to him and grateful to all from the Guruswami Center. Mr. Feroz, Mr. Pankaj Sethi, the young man Datta Prasad, who's very, very helpful. There is Mr. Sudesh, who's also very helpful. Everybody connected with Guruswami Center. I want to thank Mr. Shashi Bhushan, who accompanied me on Sabha. I also want to thank Datta Prasad for making the audio visual which I shared. He was the one, after we made the poster. The poster also was made by Mr. Hari Darshan. I thank my friend Ashok, a member of our film club. He got it done and it is Hari Darshan who makes the poster. And I thank him. And what is this? All those of you who are here, I'm so grateful to you that you spent your 2 valuable hours here. I thank the sky above that it didn't pour.
Let it not pour some more.
It was so hot. It has cooled down. But it was in control. It did not come down. So you were able to come. And I hope you are able to go home safely. So thanks to each and everyone who is here. It was a very tough job, though I was able to put only 2 hours of it. But it was hours of work for me. And there is so much of material. Even in my entire life, I cannot put everything together. And I'm talking only about the music. I thank my very, very old friend Kanchun Bhattacharya and Vivi Bhattacharya.
47
No more than that, 47 to 48 years. Yeah, our army association. Thank you, Kanchun. Thank you, Rini, for being here. You remember our band, Kanchun, in CME, in MCT, our band, and you are also very, very active.
Guitar and stage.
Yeah. Yes. It's a very old association in the army, our regular band. So, Rabindra Sangeet, film songs, ghazals, folk songs, chalta hai. But I got it from my mother, so I have to thank her. She was the great singer, Rabindra Sangeet and Aluska Karan. So I'm very grateful to her. I didn't learn from her because I thought mommy is there. But she was there and I picked up. That's about it. This was my very, very small attempt. I'm so thankful to all of you who are here. And I have to thank my friend Indira. Indira always helps me out various ways. Some Q&A if anybody wants. Indira, please. Is there something I need to do here? Okay. Okay.
I have something to say. I think question answers will disrupt the
But
whole.
no, okay. Can I just ask you to take your seat? I would like Mrs. Sanjay Ashtaputre to first say a few words, please.
Request Mr. Sanjay Ashtaputre, well-known artist, painter, sitar player, to come forward and say a few words. So if you want, we send the mic then.
It is our great privilege that an artist of this caliber is here today with us. Uh,
Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm not a good speaker, I'm a painter. I just paint silently and my painting speaks. But I do love Rabindranath Tagore's poetry, painting. Once especially I went to Shanti. I visited the place and I was so impressed uh, by the atmosphere of Shantiniketan. Even naturally his poetry and his Rabindra Sangeet. I'm very much fond of everything. He's a genius and he's just like a god for every artist. He's a master in every field. So thanks for inviting me. I'm so happy. Thanks everybody.
yeah, Aminaji, you want?
If you want to say,
Huh? What happened?